What's up YouTube, Jason here with Byte My Bits, and today is going to be the world's worst update, but I realize I've been MIA for a while because I've been working on stuff, and I just want to give you a walkthrough on the update on this rabbit hole of a solar project that I am adventuring through. Let's start here, and there's my server room. I have the window open usually in the winter, so I spliced a little hole through the screen. It's already messed up anyway, so don't really care. Running some wires. Let's follow these. This is gonna get moved. I gotta put it, I'm not done yet. I literally just finished using garden stakes to pretty much staple this wire to the ground. See how you can kind of barely see it? That means I can still mow my lawn and not chew up the wire. But then we have this. I've been working on this all day. It is a very crappy frame built out of spare 2x4s, and it is now housing the solar panels that I was given for review. And it's sort of angled the best possible way, and it avoids me having to get up on the roof and get a bunch of permits and all that other stuff. So that's where I am right now. So here on the top, this is for piping, like securing piping. See right there. So I use that to latch to the top. I have 4 of those total. Sorry if there's wind noise. 4 of those total, and I ended up having to like zip tie my gate because I never use it anyways, but it was moving, so I didn't want to move it. So I built this little 45-degree angle thing, and then I stapled it to the back of the fence right there at 2 locations. I was thinking I might need a third, but I don't know. This thing's pretty stout, so I've got wind. And then we have underneath here, these are the wires that I just ran that I'm hiding. I haven't put one of those ends on it yet. I have these linked together, and in the shade, I got like 40 volts or something like that. So I know they're working, everything should be good. Now it's just a matter of getting, these wires ran up, which I've been trying my best to just make them as not messy as possible. It's kind of an achievement for me, but that's where I am right there. And that brings us into the server/solar room. I've been doing some work on that. As you can tell, let me turn on this light right here. So down here, if you haven't seen it on Twitter, I've added basically something to turn the battery off, which is highly recommended. And I got a 300 amp fuse built in that's wired after that. Then I have a block, I forgot the name already. Yeah, I have 2 of those, one for positive, one for negative. And then I have a shunt. Now I installed this is the MPPT 100. So this is what I'm currently working on trying to wire up to the solar panels outside. And then I ran that on this end, that way it can flow through to the battery and kind of register stuff. I still only have the 2 batteries, but that's kind of like what I've been adding. I also added a monitor here to tell me what percentage and wattage and stuff like that I have on my battery. So that's pretty cool. That's definitely been useful. And I went through some things trying to figure out this because it was like giving me an error whenever it charged, and that took some troubleshooting, but I got that figured out. I will definitely give you more information on that in a more official video. But here, this looks weird, but this is basically made to where when it rains down, it doesn't get in the window. So, don't judge me. But the wire comes down here. I got plenty of wire. I'm actually, once I get everything hooked up outside, I'm gonna be taking this, running it up the wall in the corner or whatever, just kind of up and over and then down into that thing. So that's the current plan. Hi, cat. Don't chew that. Don't chew that. I will kill you. Boop. So that's the current plan. Obviously, I got to seal that up because I don't want spiders or whatever. I try to tape everything. It's janky, I know. But this is really just a temporary test, just to kind of get things going. But yeah, everything's kind of coming along. And finally, before I end this really short update, so I also decided to get into the DC game. This is a Vicron, overly expensive, ridiculous 70 amp, 24 to 12 volt converter. I'm going to be hooking this directly up to the batteries, running that through this fuse box, and then, well, before the fuse box, I'm gonna have this, I got another DC safety switch, so I can just turn off the DC completely. So I'm gonna wire that somewhere as well. But the idea is that, like, see this, a 12-volt light. The idea is that I want some sort of like a backup emergency. I don't know. I haven't really thought it all the way through, but I want lights that are only going to be 12 volts. So if I really need to light something up or whatever, I will have a DC converter already pre-wired. I'll have a fuse box so I can wire other lights. And then initially, like right off the bat, because I kind of have a cheesy light right now, I can hook up at least one of these over the solar stuff. So, you know, push comes to shove, I'll always have 12 volt, assuming I have power. So, and then this, I wasn't really sure on this. He's kind of crazy back here, but this is like a DC switch. So if I do go down the route of installing lights wherever I want, call it emergency lights, whatever. Like, let's say the power goes out. Here's my mindset. Let's say hypothetically the power goes down, right? And it's going to be down for a while. Tornado comes through, whatever. They're talking a week. And for whatever reason, I don't have my solar array up to where I want it to be. And I need to really cut power. Is it better to use an AC inverter to, you know, take DC to go to AC and then back down to DC and then run the lowest wattage light bulb I could probably find? No, it's better to just run a 12 volt LED that takes, you know, 5 watts or 4 watts or whatever. And it has no conversions. So if I get down to that point, which I think I will, I can wire basically emergency lighting in key areas, and I can have that all set up or whatever. And if the power goes down and I just need to light something up, just flip a few switches on. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do that, but that was the mindset when I ordered this. So once you buy the converter, it's the rest of it's pretty cheap anyway. So that's future Jason's thing. But now, before it gets too dark, I need to hook up a couple of these solar connectors to the wires that I just ran outside, and then kind of organize that. And then the rest is all inside, and that's not a big deal. Just like that, it's wired, which actually was really simple. I want to clean that up. I want to have something like here or something to mount it, but it's getting dark, so I'm trying to finish this up and get the wiring inside done. I love when I just kind of like YOLO wire stuff or do stuff. I'm like, I think I have enough wire. So in the thing, up the thing, over here, got plenty of those little wall thingies wrapped around the corner, all the way up over here, behind the main conduit that's coming down to the sub panel, all the way down this, and then check this out. Check this out. This is how much wire I have. Not snipped, not nothing, but this is gonna fit perfectly. Like, I guessed exactly how much wire I needed. Freaking love it. So now really there's just one problem, right? So this took all day, and it's winter, so basically the sun goes down at freaking like 2 p.m. Okay, it's like 5:30, but still, this is a solar panel. How are you gonna get a reading when it's pitch freaking black? Well, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I got this. It's a really bright flashlight. I'm gonna shine it on the solar panel, see if I can pick up any kind of a voltage, like any kind of like a milliamps, anything, and see if I can, you know, see if I can figure out which one's positive and which one's negative, because they're both black wires. So let's see if that works. Will this work? I don't know. Let's go try. Absolutely nothing. I mean, it's worth a shot, I guess. Yeah, I know. That it was totally a long shot, and I'm sure that I have enough lights in the house that I could go blast a bunch of lights right up to it and get, you know, some sort of a positive / negative rating. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. I'll wait till tomorrow morning. But the night is still young. I just want to do this quick update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know it was just kind of random off the cuff. I haven't been recording a lot of that stuff because I've been learning a lot of stuff as I go, and then redoing and undoing, etc., etc. So now that I got these wired, tomorrow I'm going to check it out after Thanksgiving, lunch, dinner, and then hopefully I'm going to have some sort of a supplemental, probably, let's see, 2 180s, so 360 peak efficiency, probably get 300. You know, hopefully I'll get like 300. Just supplemental power. But that's it for today. If you guys see anything wrong with what I did or have any ideas on the setup, comments, I am literally learning as I go, so I'm definitely pay attention to the comments. Thank you for watching. Like and judge below, and have yourself a great Thanksgiving, or whatever you do in your area, or whatever you call it. God, I hope I really triggered you.